People aren't as scary as you think they are. At the start of this year in January, I walked into a cohort of 100 plus students during orientation, and at the back of my head, I had this deep, profound sense of fear. But through 6 months of studying in the course with them, I realized on the most part, everyone is very similar to me in the sense that we are humans, and they were just going through the course and they were most likely also fearful. And at that point, since we were all scared, we needed a human connection. So that's actually the main point of this video, which is the fact that humans need a deep sense of connection, and we should always treat each other as equals, especially in this type of relationship. So what I come to find out was there was this guy in my cohort where he looked like he was super nonchalant and he looked super cool. He looked like he had a lot of friends already. And mind you, this is a new school, so I don't know anyone. And in my mind, I was thinking, yeah, I do need to make some new friends because I don't want to be alone for the whole year, right? And I remember seeing him at the gym, and I think I said hi to him because he's in the same cohort as me. So I said hi to him, and he just said hi back. And through this simple, tiny action of just saying hi, we had a whole conversation of like, oh, where were you from? Which school did you go to previously? Or how old are you? And at this point, he's actually one of my good friends. I want to encourage everyone to treat others as equals and to have a deep, profound sense of empathy. And having empathy means we place ourselves in their shoes. We don't be so selfish to think that we are scared. Place yourself in their shoes, into strangers' shoes, and think to yourself, how do they feel? Are they scared as well? You both are scared, right? If you think that you both are scared, why don't you say hi, right? Because when you say hi, their fear, their scaredness will decrease. And they might say hi. And through this, you guys might have a conversation and you guys might bond as humans. As I share this story, I remember what happened yesterday, which was I was eating at an Italian restaurant and the food was so good, and it was at PJ, out of all places. And I asked the cashier, hey, is the owner Malay? And he told me, no, the owner is Chinese. And through my simple act of asking a random question, like I just fabricated that question. I did not know if the owner was Malay or Italian or Chinese. I just asked him this simple question and he replied to me an answer. And through that, I learned so much more new information, such as the owner was part of a real estate club. You can rent the upstairs of the Italian restaurant for events for 1,000 ringgit. And having that small conversation for 2 minutes was really profound to me, because I feel like I got to connect with this quote-unquote cashier on a deeper level. And if you view this from an empathetic point of view, the cashier could have just looked at me and gave me a very short reply like, no, the owner is not Malay, the owner is Chinese. But he didn't. He answered my question and added on top of that, because he saw me not just as a customer, but as an individual, as a human seeking for connection and seeking for conversation. And that's what he gave me. And this is also beneficial for the cashier, because through this conversation, first, he got to build a human connection with me. Second, I will most likely go back to that restaurant whenever I'm craving Italian food. We should try to be kind and empathetic and loving to everyone we meet in this life. Your reply is, everyone? Even the criminals? Even people that are profoundly evil? Well, I was thinking about that. And I think the answers is in this book. It's called The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene. And on page 39, it says, see other people as phenomenons, as neutral as comets or planets. They simply exist. Through this text from Robert Greene, what I learned was that we shall see everyone else as comets. And as scientists, when we look at them, we do not judge them. When we see a comet? When we see comets or planets, we do not judge them. As scientists, when we look at them, we just observe objectively. And we look at it and we study it scientifically and we try our best to understand it. I think as humans, it's easy for us to pass on judgment, but that is not necessarily the correct way of going about things. Robert Greene's second line is, imagine that each person, no matter how twisted, has a reason for what they've become, a logic that makes sense to them. So if we imagine that even the most evil person in this world, to them, they have a logical reason for going to do the actions they have done, even though if we don't agree with it, even though if it's morally wrong. I am a number one advocate for not smoking and not vaping. I believe in a good health. But if I were to practice this reasoning of this logic that makes sense to them, I would imagine that a person smokes or vapes because they want to feel a sense of belonging. Maybe they're coping with stress that I am unaware of, that I am so ignorant that I would not even think about it, and other reasons that are logical to them. So when I see someone smoking, yes, my first instance was, haha, that's probably taking away 5 years of your life. But the second thought to my mind was, hey, maybe that person is smoking because their parents has just passed away and they're trying to cope, or they're dealing with exam stress and pressures from their parents to perform well. And I don't have that pressure, right? My parents aren't pressuring me to study and get 100%. So who am I to judge them for smoking/vaping? As we veer towards the end of this video, I would like to encourage you to practice kindness and empathy throughout your life. What does this mean? This means when you go pay for the bill, say something nice to the cashier. When you're at a mall and you see a cleaner, say hi or just say thank you. Just a wave will do. When you're at a Grab, you're sitting at the Grab, just ask, hey, Grab driver, how was your day? And through this constant practice of kindness, I believe we can make the world a better place. And maybe that is the point of life. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a good day.